Matt, how would you sort of summarise where the team is at the moment?
Coming together, not as quickly as I'd have probably liked and the fans would have liked, but I think there's a lot of good signs, positive signs. People know about injuries, etc. I keep reverting back to it, and it is a big thing, but I don't want it to be a big thing to the group. So we're seeing positive signs. We're hopeful we should have a few more back this weekend and moving into these next few fixtures moving forward. So I think we'll have a true identity where we are, what we look at like, and how we can develop that further in the next coming weeks.
Should we get the injury stuff out of the way then? So is it encouraging news as you look at it now?
Yeah, there is some encouraging news. Yeah, Lanny Egbert's trained for a couple of days, so we'll need to monitor him. He's obviously not been able to do a great deal because of this bone bruising. Denzel Hall, we're hopeful, should be in and around it on Saturday. So we are getting there slowly. Sean McWilliams obviously come off. He's trained today, so again, positive news there that it isn't a long-term thing. So yeah, the group seems to be coming better, and then a nice way for me as a manager, it'll be nice to start leaving one or two out, which means that obviously my group's really strong again.
Has that prevented perhaps players gelling as quickly as would otherwise been the case? The fact that you've had injuries and you've had to sort of mix things around a bit?
Yeah, look, we can't go away from it. We've had a big turnover of players. You could argue or not argue that I probably have or haven't put my best team out yet, or the team that I thought I'd put out when we signed all these players, which has been frustrating for me. I think we've been on top in periods of games where we've not killed the opposition, and we all know what League One football's like. You're never going to be on top of a game for 90 minutes. And the players we are missing in Atete and Sharif and Nombe would have took those chances. There's no two ways about that. You saw how Nombe started the season, so that's the frustration. But at the same time, Jord got his goal Saturday. JJ's now coming back into some fitness and form. So yeah, look, it is good we're getting them back, but I would just like them all to be fit and make my life a lot easier, I think.
And is it simply the case that when you have a lot of young players, you are going to have highs and lows of them during a season? They're going to make some mistakes, but that's inevitable at the start of their time here?
Yeah, and I don't think I hid away from that in the summer when I spoke to everybody, and I know some people will think it's the right thing to say, but I said all along I'd try and be honest, and I think we have having a rebuild. We are trying to bring young players through. We are trying to develop a group and a squad, and I think we are seeing positive signs. We've seen a lot more positive signs here at the New York than we have away from home, but I don't think his performances in the bye have been too bad away. Look, we can do a lot of things better, we can, but I'm seeing the work that we're putting in weekly, and I'm seeing the bodies coming back, and everybody's buying into it, and I genuinely think we're getting somewhere.
What do you think is the key to getting a win away from home? Is it just maybe about showing that bit more resilience if there is a setback in a match?
Yeah, I think a little bit it has been that. I think that in periods where we've come under it, we've gone under a little bit as a group, and I think that's probably down to me to reset that, how we do that. I've obviously got some ideas that obviously I won't broadcast on here to everybody, but yeah, there'll be things that we can do, I think, to stop the momentum and try and get the lads refocused. And look, I don't think it's a lack of them trying. I just think there's been a number of reasons that I don't really want to go into it here. But we have to be better as a group, and that's me included, that's my staff included, and we have to make sure that in them tough times, which again, look, if I was sat here and we've not shown it here, then I understand the question mark, but we've shown it here, and that's been the frustration. We have shown it away from home, but I don't think we've scored when we've been on top enough times. That's the brutal truth of it. And I think we should have done certain things better in certain situations. But again, that happens. It's just important that we learn from that and we move forward as a group together.
How do you balance out, especially with younger players, being honest with them, telling them what they may need to hear sometimes, but also the young players and sort of having to protect them a little bit?
Well, I think that all the players know that they have my trust, and the things that I say to them and speak to them about, I won't come out and broadcast things. So I think that obviously is a big thing. I think I'm really open. I think I am honest. I feel like I get players in and they know that it's coming for their best interest as well as obviously mine, because the better that they are, the better I am. So we know that. But I think that if you spoke to all of them, look, all I wanted as a player was honesty. Whether I like that or not, that's what I wanted. So I'll never hide things away from players. How I'd go about that, it'll be down to me and the player. won't be common knowledge, and I think the players respect that, know that, and they know that I'm trying to develop them to be the best version of themselves.
When you talk about this season, there is a development to be had here with this squad. Is this actually one of the tougher clubs to sort of get that message out there, because it has had so much success, hasn't it, in particular in League One? And I guess that's what people get used to, isn't it?
Yeah, and I want to be successful first and foremost. I don't want to sit here and say, well, yeah, but again, I think I was quite honest and open at the start of the season where we are as a football club. Look, do I want to be in the top 6, top 2? Of course I do. Who wouldn't want to be? And I think we have potential to progress and be able to do that. Would I like that to have been quicker than it is? Yes, but at the same time, look, I'm less than 20 games in, league games in as a manager. So, and the group I've put together is a new group. We haven't really been able to put all the players out for a number of reasons. So I feel like day by day we are getting better. The time that the players come back will be amazing, because then we'll have a competitive group that we can pick from. And you could argue that at times this season we've not had that competition. And I think you've seen it midfield now, we've got bodies coming back. There's bodies coming back in defence, bodies coming back in wide areas, at full-back and wing-back areas. So that competition only helps. And when you're training against players that are good players, you make each other better, as well as being able to do different things in training. So we've only recently, for example, had 20 full fit players. So we've been able to do 10v10 and 11v11 in different scenarios. So that there's things that I get people probably think, well, how can you not do that? That's been some of the difficulty we've had. So it's easy doing it against mannequins, it's easy doing some work, but fundamentally it's about competition and being competitive in training. And I think we're starting to get the numbers back, which allows that in training.
And how close are you to sort of having that sort of style that you're looking for? You know, when your team takes the field on Saturday, what will that team be in terms of this is where we are and this is where we need to get to?
I think we've shown signs of it this season. I think the first half against Port Vale, I thought we showed it. I thought here against Exeter in large periods of the game we showed it. Second half against Wigan, we've shown it. That's the identity of the team that I want. We just need to put that together for 90 minutes, and I keep saying the same things in these interviews, which is frustrating for me, but I just feel like with the numbers we have back and the bodies that we can put on, it'll make a massive difference moving forward.
Cheers, Matt.
With all your best players fit, how good can this team be?
Well, I think they can be very good. Hence why I've signed the players we've got and the young lads we've got, the potential that we've got. And I think we've seen it. I think, again, I've just mentioned those games, but the first half again against Barnsley, who were top end of this league and doing well at the minute, like we could have been 3 or 4 up against them. So yeah, I think when things click and we get that competition and we see the potential of these players. I know people keep saying they're young, but they're good enough. Hence why I believe in them, hence why I brought them to this football club. So I've got no doubt we will get there. Again, I keep saying the same things. Would I want it to be quicker? 100% I would. But I am seeing signs that we are getting there.
Jordan Hugo, has he had an extra springy step this week? Because that's obviously weight off his shoulders, first goal in nearly a year.
Yeah, and I think Jordan, to be fair, his last 2 games probably had two of his better games, certainly while I've been here. So yeah, it's positive. He took his goal really well. I thought he held the ball up here really well against Exeter, when Anfield could have probably scored when he got through, and keep him at a great save. So I think he's been frustrated, and like I say, look, I'm just hoping that it's like the old bus system. When one comes, they'll all keep coming, and I hope that's the case with Jordan.
When he's not scoring, do you have to have a chat with him, keep his spirits up, or is he like, I know he's 33, he's had a long career, good career, can you rely on him to sort that out?
Yeah, look, I've had a couple of conversations with Jordan, but nothing around his goal scoring. As I've said, I've spoken openly about him being a big, strong target man and getting hold of it for us and popping it off and trying to get in box and getting in there when deliveries are coming in, and that's what I think he's good at. And again, his goal comes from that. Saturday we put a cross into the box, he gets there first, it ricochets back to him and he finishes, and it's just getting him in them areas more consistently and getting that consistent delivery into them areas.
Dan, how would you assess the season so far, for yourself and for the club?
Well, we've had two sides. We've had our home form and away form, haven't we? So at home, I think we've been very good. We've been on the front foot, and we've made it difficult for teams. And away, we've not been up to the level we know we can perform at. So hopefully, we're working on it on a training ground day in, day out. So hopefully, we can improve on that.
Are you just maybe missing that bit of resilience when you face a setback away from home, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's just when the tides turn and the crowd get behind the home team, I think sometimes we can let it get to us, and we don't carry on doing the same things that we've been doing.
Has it been hard with all of the injuries within the squad to build chemistry? Because you do have quite a mix of players, some that have been here a while, some that have come in, young players, old players. You need time, don't you, to gel? Yeah,
definitely. I think over the last couple of weeks you've seen us gel a lot more. So we've had a few lads come back, but then a few lads have got injured again. So I think if you just give us time, I think everything will gel together well.
What are you hoping for from this season at Rotherham United? What's a personal goal for you during this tenure?
I think just play as many games as possible and show my talent and show everyone what I know I can do.
What's League One like? Are you able to express yourself a lot in this division?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's just down to you. Like, if you want to express yourself, you can. It's obviously a difficult league as well. Like, and some games are scrappy, but you've just got to find moments where you show your talent.
I don't know. Do you ever kind of feel there's a few extra eyes on you because you're a young player from Manchester United on loan? Sort of people are expecting you to do something. Maybe the opponents are keeping a close eye on you as well.
Yeah, but I try not to worry about that. I just try to focus on myself and just do the best that I know I can do.
Do you think that there is still enough time to really get the confidence back into this season whereby you could be looking upwards and sort of thinking about more than sort of being in the area that you are now in the table?
Well, I think that's what you've got to aim for. Like, we're in September, do you know what I mean? It's a long season, so I think we can do that, and we should be aiming for it. Yeah. What's
the confidence like? Because when a season maybe starts, you're not had a terrible start to the season, but you'd have hoped for more. What does that do for the confidence levels in the squad?
To be honest, I think the team's still confident, just based on the fact that of our home record, and we've been good at home. And I think if we can convert that to our away form, I think we'll be in a very good position. Who do
you sort of chat to? Who in the week do you communicate most with? Sort of just to touch in and sort of update. Is it family members, friends, to sort of let them know how things are going here?
Yeah, just like my dad, my grandma, and then my girlfriend. I FaceTime my girlfriend because we just had a little girl, so it's nice to see. Because I'm staying in Sheffield, so yeah, I miss her a lot. So it's just nice to see her sometimes.
Are you missing out on the sleepless nights then?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. Lucky for me, but when I go back, I do my bit for her.
Well, congratulations. What is that like? Sort of you're at the start of your career, start of a football career. You're a dad already. Does that make you sort of have a broader perspective on life and your career as well, maybe?
Yeah, I think so. I think it just gives you an added motivation as well. Like, so when I think of it, like, gives me an extra boost.
Are you very close to your dad as well? Is he a big football man?
Yeah,
is he honest with you after you've
yeah, oh my God, yeah. No one's more honest with me than my dad. Like, I could have like the best game ever, and if I didn't shoot once, he'll actually shout at me and go mad at me. I swear.
How do you take that? Because I suppose constructive criticism is good, but do you ever disagree with your dad sometimes and say, you're being a bit harsh there?
Yeah, I do disagree with him, but I respect him a lot, so I just listen to him and take it on board.
Brilliant. Thanks, pal.
Cheers.
Congratulations on becoming a dad. You're far too young, but it must be tough though, because like you said, it's a huge thing after two boys. Being away from your daughter at such a young age.
Yeah.
That's got to be tough, really.
Yeah, it is difficult. Like, obviously, I miss her. I miss my girlfriend as well, but it's just what you've got to do. I go back after the games and see them, so I do get my time with them in the week, but at the end of the day, it's my job. I've got to do what I've got to do.
How many times a week do you get to see them?
Well, if there's no midweek game, I go back home on Tuesday.
So you get Wednesday off.
We get Wednesday off, and then after the game on the Saturday, and then stay Sunday, and then I'm back down.